Hello and welcome to my review of Inquisitor Erasmus Cartavolnus from Games Workshop. Now this model will cost you £21 and comes in a box like this, very similar to the other sort of Warhammer commemorative series miniatures, such as a Primaris Lieutenant with a storm shield and Holger Clovenhorn, you name it. There's been quite a few of these commemorative series minis, and you can pick this one up at events. I was able to pick this one up at the event at the beginning of March. Now it's a pretty decent model. We'll have a look at the detail very shortly. You don't get any options for him. You know, what you see is what you get. If you've seen the unboxing, you'll know that that's what the sprue looks like. Not many parts at all. Comes on this 32mm base and has his full data sheet rules with all the descriptions and things in this little booklet as well, so it's worth holding on to that. And I'll be going through his rules towards the end of the video. So to start off with, let's have a look at the detail. So if we can see this, so here's the Inquisitor holding this sword, stabbing this chaos book or whatever, releasing some spirits coming out of it. Pretty cool. I like the sword and the colour scheme that they've gone for. It's just fantastic. It's another excellent Inquisitor to add to my Inquisitor force and collection, I guess. It's got a bolt pistol, I assume. I like how when he's stabbed this book, all of these purity seals and things are being washed back. You've got Malleus Officinarum, and it says Imperialis Eurus. Anyway, you've got a book there, and he's got his power plant that powers his armour, I guess. You've got this big Inquisitor symbol there, very tall, with a skull that's kind of wrapped on there. His two armour plates or shoulder pauldron things. One's got the eagle on and one's got an Inquisitive symbol. Pretty nice. He's got a bionic right arm, and his plates, you know, his armor plates are nicely layered. It's a decent amount of detail considering it's plastic. You've got plates there for the groin armor and the cape and the hood. The hood, it's a bit tricky because it's in like two parts. You join the front of the model to the back, and it does create a gap. Good luck with that. I would recommend you put thin cement to plug the hole, and then once it's fully dry, like give it a good day, guys, then file away and smooth it. He's not wearing a helmet, but you can just see his cheeky little face underneath that hood with a lens there. So that's Erasmus, one of these Inquisitors. Let me get you some size comparisons. I don't really have many size comparisons at the moment. You know, sort of standard, you know, sort of Inquisitors at hand, unfortunately. But I can certainly show you him next to my standard miniatures, as well as, I don't know, maybe an Eldar Ranger for one. So on a bigger base, and he is kind of taller than an Eldar Ranger because he's stood on that big book. So he's quite a tall, you know, Inquisitor, I guess. I've got Castellan Crow, which probably isn't the best comparison because he's a Space Marine. He's on that big scenic base, but you know, just gives you an idea of how big Castellan Crow is, I guess, compared to him, or a Space Marine is, a Grey Knight. And then maybe a Primaris Space Marine, Joven, Sergeant Joven. Yeah, fair bit bigger look than him. And then we'll get into my standard sort of size comparisons, which is normal Space Marine, got a Primaris, and then you've got Sly Marbo. So normal Space Marine right here is actually a little bit shorter. Because he's on that book. Compared to a Primaris, well, with Joven we've just seen that absolutely dwarfs him. Quite a nice comparison that though. And then we've got Sly Marbo, who is a little bit shorter. So he's a tall-ish Inquisitor. You know, still going to be he's still going to be a bit shorter than your normal Primaris, but yeah, he's a decent sized one. and can't wait to put him with the Inquisitor with the dragon and Eisenhorn and the rest of them. So the last part of this review, I will go through all of his rules. So he is an HQ choice and he's a power points cost of a 4. Not quite sure what his points cost is because it doesn't really sort of explain. But his movement speed is 6 inches, weapon skill 3+, ballistic skill 3+, strength 3, toughness 3, 5 wounds, 4 attacks, leadership 9 and a save of 3+. Erasmus Cartavolnus is equipped with bolt pistol, so it was a bolt pistol. Cartavolnus is a force sword. Your army can only include one Erasmus Cartavolnus model. The bolt pistol is a standard bolt pistol, does what all of them do. The force sword is a strength +2, so that'd be strength 5. AP -3, damage 2, it's quite decent. Each time an attack is made with this weapon, is allocated to a demon model. Saving throws of any kind cannot be taken against that attack. Very nice. Abilities, got quite a few abilities. Authority of the Inquisition, Quarry. You've got to look at the Warzone Octarius Book 1 Rising Tide, page 73 for that. Interesting. Unquestionable Wisdom. It's an aura ability. While friendly Imperium unit is within 6 inches of this model, models in that unit can use this model's leadership characteristic instead of their own. Refractor Field. This model has a 5+ invulnerable save, so that's excellent. It's got 3+ normal, 5+ invulnerable. Warding Sigils. Each time an attack is made against this model, subtract 1 from that attack's hit rolls, so that's pretty good. Black Iconoclasts Aura. While a friendly Ordo Malleus Acolytes unit is within 6 inches of this model, each time a model in that unit makes an attack, add 1 to that attack's hit roll. And then Warlord trait, Formidable Resolve. You've got to see the Warzone Octarius Book 1 Rising Tide, page 84 for that. He is a Psyker. This model can attempt to manifest 1 psychic power in your psychic phase and attempt to deny 2 psychic powers in your opponent's psychic phase. It knows the Smite and Ritual Shackle psychic powers. Ritual Shackle, the Malediction, has a warp charge value of 7. If manifested, select 1 enemy unit within 18 inches of this Psyker until your next psychic phase. Subtract 1 from the psychic test made for that enemy unit, and each time a model in that unit makes a melee attack, subtract 1 from that attack's wound roll. If the result of the psychic test was 10 or more, you can select 1 enemy unit within 24 inches of this Psyker instead of within 18 inches. Keywords: Imperium, Inquisition, Ordo Malleus. Character: Infantry, Psyker, Inquisition, Agent of the Imperium, and Erasmus Cartavolnus. So there you go, that's all of the rules for Erasmus. There are little bits missing, of course. They want you to get that Warzone Octarius Book 1, so it's not the full rules. I do wonder whether its rules will be available in some kind of Inquisitor type codex thing. Maybe one day where we'll get all of them, but who knows. But for now, you just get it in the little booklet, and you have to go with that. What do you guys think of the mini and the rules? Please do put your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. It would be great to hear from you. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.